Hello everyone, I am Deepa Kodale, currently pursuing my MBA in SAS Institute of Management Studies. Today I am here to discuss you about benefits of competency-based HRM. Here I have given some introduction about my topic. Competency-based HRM planning serves as a link between HR management and overall strategic plan of an organization. Competencies are defined as observable abilities, skills, knowledge, motivations, or traits defined in terms of the behaviors needed to successful job performance. Competency-based approach refers to the HR management model which addresses job performance. This approach fosters increased training, skill building, job satisfaction, and other measurements, and leads to improved hiring practices. The word competent refers to the characteristic of an entity that has the wherewithal to carry out the requirement of a job, task, or undertaking. In a competency-based HRM, both the employer and the employee benefit is there. There is a result of establishing a transparent blueprint for recruitment, job expectation, performance evaluation, and advancement paths. Personal judgment and subjectivity are minimized, creating a more positive work environment and a stronger relationship between employee and employer. Definition I have given over here as the set of demonstrable characteristics and skills that enable to provide the efficiency or performance of a job. The term competence first appeared in the article authorized by R.W. White in 1959 as a concept for performance motivation. Here I have listed out some objectives of my topic, which is competencies and competency-based frameworks, competency-based HRM system, competency-based HRM application of competency-based HR processes. Now I have listed some types of employee benefits in competency-based HRM. So I have given here some 5 types. First is motives, the thing a person constantly thinks about or wants that cause action. Motives drives, directs, or selects behavior towards certain actions or goals and take from others. Second one is traits, physical characteristic and constituent responses to situational or information. Third is self-concept, a person's attitude, values, or self-image. Fourth is knowledge, information a person has in specific concentrators. Fifth is skill, the ability to perform a certain physical or mental task. Benefits of competency-based HRM for employers, which ensures that organization-funded training and professional development activities are cost-effective, goal-oriented, and productive. Enables the employees to achieve a high level of competence in an efficient manner. Records the employee's acquisition of the skills, knowledge, safety, and other procedures relating to each task. Reduces costs, overruns caused by poor performance or miscommunication of job expectation. Some others benefits are improved communication between employee and management, increases internal employee mobility, providing the organization with greater ability, scale, and flex as needed. Establishes a framework for a constructive feedback from management at scheduled training and performance appraisal intervals. Clarifies job standards for performance appraisals. Outlines employee development and promotional paths within the organization. Benefits of a competency-based system for employees. Sets clear performance expectation for employees, enabling them to make better decisions and work more effectively. Gives employees insight to the overall strategy for the team, department, and organization, leading to greater engagement and motivation. Enables employees to be more proactive beyond the individual roles by learning additional competencies that are valued by the organization. Provides clear direction for learning new skill jobs. Offers a reference resources for day-to-day requirement, increases the potential for job satisfaction, provides a mechanism for the recognition of employees' abilities, ensures that individual performance development and training milestones are recorded and acknowledged by the organization. Now I have discussed here 6 benefits of training and assessment approach. First is cost effectiveness. Single training activities and assessment in a competency-based approach are goal-oriented, where employees don't waste money or time training the wrong areas. At the same time, employees are more motivated to learn where they release to benefit improved performance. In addition, training, development, and assessment can occur on the job, which make it more cost-effective for employers. Finally, since this approach focuses on improvement performance, employers are able to reduce cost overruns caused by poor performance. Second is efficiency. The transfer gap between the training environment and working on the job is reduced substantially in a competency-based approach. This is because training and assessment are revealed to that needs to be done on the job. As a result, it takes less time to employees to become competent in the required areas. This in return contributes to improved efficiency where the training and assessment are concerned. Third one is increased productivity. Where employees are competent in meeting their work objectives, known that the performance expectations are received recognition for their abilities and have insight to the overall strategy of the team, department and organization, they are usually more motivated and experience higher job satisfaction. The result is improved productivity for organization. Furthermore, the communication and constructive feedback between employee and employees improves as a result of a competency-based approach, which also increases productivity. Next point is improved profitability. Rather than relying on employees remembering a vast amount of information, organization can make information available to employees on the job as and when the information is required. This has a dual effect. Employees are able to use their knowledge and skill to problem solve instead, and the organization can reduce errors, both of which could have significantly positive impact on both line profits. Fifth one is reduced risk. Usually a competency-based approach to training, development and assessment, employers can create project teams of peoples which complementary skills. To do this, organization record employees' acquisition of skills, knowledge, safety and other procedures and use this to identify and provide training and assessment for these requirement developments. Not for only does this outline employees' development and professional paths within the organization and give employees the opportunity to learn more competencies beyond their role, but it also provides the organization with their greater ability to scale and flex as needed, thereby to reducing the risk of failures. Last one is increased customer satisfaction. Employees who have been trained and assessed during a competency-based approach are by definition able to perform the required tasks associated with a job. The knock-on effect is that in which service-related industries they are able to provide their high service-related, thereby increasing customer satisfaction. Now I have discussed here the steps to develop a competency framework. First step is prepare, definition the purpose. Before you start analyzing job and figure out what each role needs to success, make sure that you look at the purpose of creating the framework. Second step is collecting information. Third step is build the framework, and the last step is implementation. Now I have given here some steps understanding the competency based structure, some important questions which are actually necessary to ask. Can competency be learned or developed? Are there traits that is more difficult to learn? Do competency focuses on a minimum requirement that are organized needs? Do they focus on outstanding performance? Are they characteristic of the organization or of the employees? Here I have designed some competency based structure. Look at the organization as opposed to job based and skill based structure. First is core competencies. Linked to the mission statement, abstract the broadly application knowledge, skill and behaviors. Competency sets. Here it helps to translate each core competency into action. Next is competency indicators, observable behaviors that indicate the level of competency within each set. Here I have discussed some 4 advantages of competency based HRM. First one is assist in the recruitment process. Competency based assessment can offer tremendous value during recruitment. Identifying job related development needs, support continuous improvement and increase job satisfaction. Here I have discussed some of the challenges which are faced during competency HRM, which I have listed out here in their some of the company and percentage basis. By the end, I am concluding my topic. The concept of competency and competency based is learned. The step is design the competency based structure were also elaborated. The key learning from the module have been that a successful competency based approach requires between employee and employer who understand that competencies are prerequisites for all performance and who are willing to embrace an innovation system for rewarding exemplary employee performance. In addition, they must be prepared to commit resources to designing, establishing, implementation and maintaining the process even as organization circumstances changes. This is from my side. Thank you.